Hi everyone. Hello. We're having slight issue. I had ARKNIGHTS all set up and now it keeps crashing and I don't know why. I'm hoping it works this time. Oh, we might be good. We might be good. Oh, we're so back. We're gonna go ahead and continue the story for retracing our steps today. I think we got to OS5 after. So we're gonna continue there. My girl still has not come home. She does not want to come home. It's okay. I will spark her if I need to, even if it hurts my heart. But anyway, let's go ahead and get... No! No! We can't get started! This is what keeps happening. So, in the meantime, I'm gonna have this up. Just in case it gives any information. But yeah, this is what I've been fighting with. This is what has been going on. I don't know why. It was fine every other time, but for some reason today it wants to be bonked. That's all that's going on. So hopefully, we are all good. If not, I may have to try some emulators, which sucks, because, like, there's an official version. Why would I have to do that? And now I just want to show it. There we go.
ARKNIGHTS.
I really hope they move to Steam soon. No! It is not working today. It does not want to work today. If it does continue giving me issues, we'll see what we can do. Okay, we're all good. Is it gonna capture it? And I'm sorry you guys have to, like, go ahead and do this with me. Let's see if this shows it. Okay, that will a little bit. So we'll deal with that if we need to. But of course it's frozen. I'm so sorry, guys. Today maybe there's too many technical errors. Oh, I had thought it fixed it before stream, but it keeps doing that. It keeps crashing on me. We may be stuck. We may unfortunately be unable to play today. We'll try 2 more times, and if it doesn't happen, we'll see what we can do. Okay, let's see. Please work this time!
ARKNIGHTS.
I think it's going. Will it be good for you guys too? That's the question. Oh, we might be back. Hopefully we're good now. Will it actually let me? That's the question. Oh, it didn't freeze. Okay, we're back. We can do it. Sweet. Okay. Ooh, we started Carolyn. You've been tampering with the locks again. You just won't give up, will you? Unfortunately, the area that the search parties are looking for is at least 5 kilometers from here. Don't expect them to hear your distress signal. How are we looking? We're back now, I think. Which I'm very happy for. Literally just fixed itself, hopefully. Hopefully we're good. I'm waiting for it to crash again. That's I don't know why. I may have to get an emulator soon, unfortunately. At least eat something. Malnutrition during the recovery process will increase the time needed for bones to mend by 20% and the chance of complications by 35%. It's not my intention to hurt you. Or leave an outstanding warrior with a permanent disability. Which one? Carolyn or Monch? Cut the crap. I warn you. You better kill me now. I suppose that's an option. As I said, however, I have no intention of bringing harm to ENYAAAA, and I certainly feel no need to take innocent ENYAAAA lives. Both of them? Yeah, they are both cute. One's from Ryan Lab, one's from ENYAAAA. She's part of Clan Browntail. Besides, it was a miracle that we survived an avalanche at all. I was, in your people's words, ENYAAAA's protection, right? Shouldn't that be a sign to a faithful follower of ENYAAAA to value her own life? No intention of bringing harm to ENYAAAA? You've been spying for the Victorians and stealing ENYAAAA's military secrets. Such an unfair accusation. Do you really think a few battleships constitute ENYAAA's most important secret? You speak of your god's blessing all the time, but have you really thought about what your god is? What are you talking about? ENYAAAA is not to be questioned or doubled. That doesn't resonate? Well, I guess the only reason I'm talking to you about this is because there's nothing to do here to pass the time. Oh well, doesn't matter anyway. If you want to pass the time, I've got something to ask you. How did a Victorian spy work for Ryan Lab for so long? Why are you so sure I'm a Victorian spy when I've been working at Ryan Lab for so long? Well, if you really want to hear it, I could tell you a little story. There was once a girl in Victoria who was incredibly fascinated to know how everything worked, and she wanted to spend her whole life studying. A dozen years later, she went to Columbia as visiting scholar from the Royal Victorian Academy of Sciences. It was not the Research Foundation of Victoria that found her, but intelligence agency. From that day forth, the only thing she was allowed to be curious about was the secret documents of Colombian government. She got involved with the CIA? But her curiosity was not easily stated. As she dug through Victorian secrets, she found an opportunity to satisfy her very depths of her curiosity. At the end of the day, though, there is a little that separated Colombia and Victoria. People fight over the slightest morsel of profit. The order that took so much hard work to build is now teetering on the brinks of ruinous war. Who has the time to gaze up at the heavens, or even down at the ground we stand on, of which we know so little about? I find it all a tedious bore. The sad truth of things, that war gets in the way of discovery. Early morning, Hall of Writings, Vinebead Court. Good thing the window isn't too high. The clerics have gone to their morning prayers. The observation station is a sensitive topic right now. I need to avoid them. Maps, geographical records, anything that could help. The morning sun shines through the window and falls gently on the aged books. Elena dusts off the books in front of her, but finds the writing of the clerics difficult to decipher. She begins to regret not bringing a dictionary to of the ENYAAAA language. How do they categorize this stuff? This one's a collection of quotes? ENYAAAA showed herself to me and said, "Seek not my temple, but my heart." Whoa! What did you think was gonna happen, Elena? This is gonna definitely affect the entire relationship between Ryan Lab and ENYAAAA. Or ENYAAAA. Then let's go in panic, and the heavy book hits the floor. Through the bookshelves, she sees a surprised face under a hood, and a crossbow poised in her face. Oh, she's back! I think she's surrendering, Enya. What do we do? Who's saying about surrendering? Wait a moment, Enya? Enya Silverash? You're the Saintess? Shh. Elena nods in realization. Keep quiet and we can talk, alright? Elena nods carefully. Put away your crossbow, Joanna. Let's not scare our friend here. But she sneaked into the Vinebead Court. Doesn't seem like something a good person would do. Well, we sneaked in too. Your attire. Are you from Ryan Lab? Yes, I'm Elena, a researcher in the energy section. I'm sorry. I was just looking for a map of ENYAAAA. Preferably recording the locations of mountains and iridium veins. If I find that special vein, maybe I could... You could what? And they glanced at the young woman before her, who looked at the same age as her, while being undisputed sovereign of this country. Elena is unsure if what she's about to say might offend her, but when she sees the pure curiosity on her face, maybe I can explain how this catastrophe happened. You should have just gone instead of hiding. Like, I understand it worked out, but like, that is such a risky move. Red, hello! It was 9 p.m. Eastern for today. Usually it's 10 p.m. on Saturdays, but because I was sick, we moved it to 9 p.m. today. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. You mean that ENYAAAA has been saved from catastrophe for 1,000 years because of a hidden iridium vein? Yes. There's also undiscovered iridium vein in the mountains surrounding ENYAAAA, which created an energy field that prevented catastrophes from forming. Impossible. It's ENYAAAA that protects ENYAAAA. Has anyone ever seen ENYAAAA with their own eyes? Elena, you're asking the wrong person, because yes. Many people have witnessed the miracles of ENYAAAA with their own eyes. I respect your culture and traditions, but that doesn't prove anything. You're not proving that! I'm doing pretty good. How about you, brother? Just because you see something that can't be explained right now doesn't prove the existence of some supernatural being behind it. And how do you prove the veins have anything to do with it? The interactions between iridium is completely complex, and what we do know is only the tip of the iceberg. Ryan Lab has conducted a number of experiments in recent years. Bree, hello! Ooh, you're running on the elliptical? You got this, man. I believe in you. Under certain conditions, iridium can form energy fields that cause atmospheric iridium particles to disperse rather than converge, preventing the formation of catastrophes. This is something that we have not yet been able to recreate under controlled conditions. But if an iridium vein with the right conditions exists, then preventing a catastrophe may be a real possibility. Dude, they can do more than just power your car. I've made detailed calculations. Excuse me, can I borrow this map? Elena takes out her notebook and shows it to the other two. She goes on a long explanation about the formulas that she draws on the page, not paying attention to whether her listeners are able to keep up. Finally, Elena confidently draws a circle at the location of the foothill on the map. Therefore, the iridium vein theory is most likely an explanation of ENYAAA's lack of catastrophes. I'm quite sure that my calculations are accurate, and if we find an iridium vein at this location, it will explain everything. Joanna's in a daze. She glanced at ENYAAAA, hoping the Saintess will rebuke this blasphemy. But the Saintess is quiet, biting her lower lip lightly. Say something. I don't know what the hell she's writing. How do you explain the recent catastrophe then? Unlimited? No, it definitely limits things. Because at the end of the day, you're paying for it with your life. And as far as Beyond the Stars, yes and no. For us, yes. For everyone else on Terra, not yet. Hunchy, welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. How do you explain the recent catastrophe then? Based on the data, I suspect something from beyond the star pod fell on Mount Carlin the day before the catastrophe. So it did get past the star pod. What did you miss? Not much. Some technical issues was the big bulk of it, because for some reason, ARKNIGHTS keeps freezing on me. There's a possibility it happens again. I don't know what's going on with that. Panda! Oh, hey, a panda. Hi, welcome in. Elena's explaining to ENYAAAA and Joanna what's going on. We saw a little bit of Caroline and Monch. Monch is injured and still is treating her very differently. Caroline might be a glowy. So there's that. Carolyn might have been scouted and, like, is now a glowy. And she was complaining about how during war you can't even concentrate on the stars or, like, the dirt beneath your feet. Which I understand, but at the same time, like, it just sucks. Look, there's some of the data that the station observed the day before the catastrophe. These are infrasound waves created by the impact of the extraterrestrial object. Elena turns on her portable terminal, displaying a sharp break on the line graph. Glowy? Part of, like, CIA, FBI, things like that. That's what Glowy. I don't know if Arson's still here, but he can say the rhyme. Something like 3-letter word, glow so bright. Something like that. I don't know the entire rhyme off the top of my head, if I'm being honest. And then it turns on her you guys were supposed to stream. Well, why didn't you guys do it? You guys were both late. You guys failed to stream. I had to take over. Her portable terminal, displaying a sharp break on the line graph. Okay. The object must be massive in size and scale. I think the catastrophe was caused by it falling into the central area of the vein, causing a shift in the energy field. What do you mean I've changed the schedule before? No, I announced it yesterday, 9 p.m. Eastern. I announced it. There are reasons for all these things. It's not magic or the work of a god. Literally, you can still see the announcement up there. She's gaslighting us? Nah. It's not my fault you guys don't pay attention. Anna cannot comprehend what she's hearing. Her memory begins to blur. She feels sort of a link being torn apart. Yar. A familiar voice, belonging to a friend. A miracle. Or a hallucination. Man! Oh no! This is how we're at? Oh no! That's not good. She can't believe it. She must not. Fear and loneliness come over her, and it is all she can do to keep her arms from trembling. Say something, Enya. I can understand Elena's position. However, I recall a section of the Yergander. Her heart is the heart of Karlan, between the mountains. From the beating of her heart grew the flesh and bones of Yerag. This is the description of the orange of Yerag, as the scriptures record. We used to assume that the heart of Karlan was Lake Silverhunds, which was why we built Yergan's statue there. In my studies these past several days, however, I found the ancient tomes considered into the freezing hearts of Karlan to be an unusual phenomenon. But Lake Silverhunds freezes every year. Sounds like a figure of speech. Don't interrupt the saintess while she's thinking. May the heart of Karlan actually refer to something else. You guys want to be victims so bad. So bad. Wah. You guys are just trying to be victims. The Great Elder guided me to the Red Sorn. But it is in fact the heart of Karlan that holds the answer. You mentioned the central area of this special vein? Yes. I built a model based on the shape of Yerag's mountains, and I calculated that the extraterrestrial object likely fell on this location. Isn't this the Yerag Azmir's mines? Mines? Yes! Now that all makes sense! There's no time to waste. We need to go! One moment, foreigner. We didn't say anything about letting you go around Yerag on your own. Not to mention all the disrespect you've shown to Yergander. It's alright, Joanna. We don't force our faith onto others. Besides, we need to find the truth behind this catastrophe. We'll let her travel with us. Me, sassy? Nah, what you talking about? Also, like, half the people here are into that. I don't think anyone's gonna ask me to stop, Ren. I'm sorry to break it to you. Elena. While Enya and Joanna were talking, Elena put the books back on the shelf and now sits on the windowsill, waving at the other two. Actually, there's usually no one at the main entrance to the Hall of Writings. Soothsayer, welcome in! How you doing today? That's wild? Tell me I'm wrong. Please, please, tell me I'm wrong. Cold moonlight pours through the dark clouds upon the decorations in Ratato's room. Sirius thought she would be afraid to see Ratato's things, but she feels so tired that she does not even have the strength for sorrow. She knows full well that she simply imitated Ratato's in dealing with the other clans a few days ago. But the more she tries, the more Ratato's shadow lingers. Sirius looks outside. It seems snow is once again falling on the Browntail land. Look, Sirius. Do this to the snowball, and it'll go even further when you throw it. Try it! I don't need you to teach me. I don't want to become you. I hate you. I hate everything you make me do. The echoes of memories are like the deafening roar of a mountain collapsing. She feels a lump in her chest. The dust-covered contracts and letters in the box bear witness to the development of Clan Browntail over the years. Sirius examines the marks left behind by Ratatos on the family business documents and finds, at the bottom of each page, where the name of the Browntail matriarch should be. Sirius. Remember, Sirius, I'm your older sister, and I'll become the leader of Clan Browntail, so you need to listen to me. Prove that you can do better, if you're not happy about that. When that time comes, I hope you'll carry the future of Clan Browntail on your shoulders. I am wondering why Ratatos from the beginning was ready for Sirius to be the matriarch and not her. Sirius actually flips through the pages, but each and every document has her name on it, until she reaches the bottom of the pile, that little box from her memory, the secret that belongs to the two of them. Rathalos? Wrong one, wrong one! This holds all the things that I want to give you, but don't want the adults to see. Don't tell anyone. It's a secret. A secret between the two of us, you and me. This is a communicator. Sirius gazes at the device in her hand, the dim light illuminating her hesitation. The final audio log. I got Carlin trade intel about suspicious women. I've been watching her all morning. Think she's planning to make a run for it. This voice. It's Monch? Good. Keep a close eye on her. Don't let her get away, or pass the documents to anyone else. Yes, ma'am. Carlin trade says we need to be more careful and not draw attention. Take her alive, if possible. There are a lot of questions we need to ask her. I'll tell Anciotis to send help from Carlin Trade. Understood. I'll do my best. Be careful, and don't leave loose ends. Finally, there's an unanswered call from Carlin Trade. Call time yesterday? Carlin Trade? Hey, good job! Ooh, good luck. Good luck. Keep bullying chat. Thank you, Bree! Thank you! At least someone here supports women's wrongs. Panda, you feel like such a boomer right now. Now hold on a second. Yo! This is who you guys were talking about. I didn't remember him. Bree's probably into it, that's why. Nah. Bree understands. Also, like, we have a snazzy ass motherfucker here, and you're still going on about that. Also, I just saw the like thing flash. Give me a second. Let me see something. If it's actually no, it's not. Okay. I was hoping. Now you're neutral. Yeah, you see. How much longer? Patience, please, Mr. Bellingham. As you know, the Duke has been very busy lately, having to receive several guests each day. Who's this cool NPC? I don't know much about them. I mean, am I wrong though? Yeah, I know he got brought up last stream. As you know, the Duke has been very busy lately, having to receive several guests each day. You should remember, sir, the last time I came here. So I'd like to ask, how has she been lately? Abyss Watcher? I don't know what those are. Can we get an NPC tier list stream? The problem with an NPC tier list is, one, I actually don't know all the NPCs, because remember, I used to be the epitome of ENYAAAA, which is part skipper. Two, there's not an actual tier list thing with all of them. So if we get one of those, I'll consider it. I can pass over one, but like 2 is a hard one. So I'd like to ask, how's she been lately? Fairly pleasant for the most part. After all, the negotiations with the Cosmerians have been near completion over the past few days. As soon as he finishes speaking, a dejected gentleman strides past the Trilby Asher. The Trilby Asher recognized him as Derek, head of the press office. Perhaps due to his recent wave of bad publicity, he wipes sweat off his brow with trembling hands. I suspect today is not one such day. Is that Bellingham outside? Tell him to come in first. Or let him in first. Don't keep him waiting. He looks such cool. I don't think we're ever going to get him, though. He is very dapper. Very snazzy and dapper indeed. The butler nods, and the Trilby Asher hesitates for a moment before stepping into the room. Indubit. Sorry. What's before Boomer? Because that's how Panda's going. He's gonna end up like that guy from... Oh my god, what is it even called? The show with Rigby and Mordecai. I don't even know the show's name because I never watched it. Seated in the middle is the Duke of Castor, with a young noble standing at her side. Greatest generation? Yes. Pops from regular show. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's how Panda's appearing to me right now. I'm calling you Pops. Absolutely, I'm calling you Pops. I have another question. What kind of person is Casimirian representative you met? He's a merchant, Your Grace. Jolly good show. Oh, man. Casimira's. Tell him that should he agree to my terms, I'm willing to lift some of the embargoes on the industrial equipment. You were being snazzy? Well... Now you're Pops. For them, there are many ways to obtain cheap materials, and ENYAAAA is hardly irreplaceable. I will let him know that only Victorian can satisfy his technological equipment needs, especially when it comes to Rignium. Who's this old lady? She is the Duke. She kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. She kind of sucks. It could be a lot worse. You could be Mordecai, which what I know about him is a lot worse. So you know what? I would take Pops. Duke of Castor. She kind of sucks. You guys can have her if you want. I don't want her. I know that thing is dusty. Call you Skips? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I will let him know that only Victoria can satisfy his technological equipment needs, especially when it comes to Rignium. No. You are a member of House Castor. These are minutiae that are best left to servants to convey, whereas we should always leave ourselves outside the room to maneuver. One guy! You're hanging out with the turtles? Tell them I say hi. I think, okay, so what's going on, and I apologize. For some reason, it's been giving me a lot of issues with Google Play. I may have to get an emulator just because Google Play has been giving me such a headache lately. The first, like, 10 minutes of the stream was just non-stop trying to fix it. This is where we're at. It was either this or not even being able to play the game. We almost had to cancel stream because of that. I'm not gonna lie. So I apologize. There's some technical issues. This is how I'm, like, putting up with it. Because, oh, man. It is something. She's a distant relative of the Silver Ash. They're not exactly involved. If I remember correctly, her mother and her knew each other and they're related. But I don't remember exactly how they're related. I think they may be like distant cousins or something like that. But they were close. Now the Koi are hanging out. Let's go. Because Mirians knew a little thing about resource we command. So, why not let them exercise their imagination? Do you understand? No worries. I guarantee that he will side with us. It is bothering me though. Let me see if turning it off and on will work. So hopefully that fixes it. I am hoping so. If not, we may try to restart it if you guys are cool with that. I may ask for your help during that. But let's get at least through this note, and I apologize. You're cool with that? Alright, alright. Forever honor your commitments. If you cannot, you'll make them in the first place. This is the truth of Casimirian representative, and even more so for me. You may leave. Yes, my apologies, Your Grace. Just describe what you see on screen at all times. I see a hoe. I see a dusty old hoe. In a pretty, like, bougie room. But in the center of the screen, a dusty old hoe. You see two old ladies? Damn, you got a mirror up, Panda? Once again, you have to see me disciplining these good-for-nothing whelps. Belly? I thank Your Grace for the trust you've placed in me. Let's not waste time on small talk. I trust you saw the gentleman who left earlier, yes? If I'm not mistaken, that was a certain Derek, the man in charge of the news and public opinion. He should have reported to me that the negative press, be it about ENYAAAA or Victoria, was under control. He was instead quite profuse with his complaints, going on and on about how he couldn't do it, and that it would take too long to communicate with the film crew, that he wanted me to watch the footage they sent back. Oh! Is this about the Tragodia one? Bold of you to assume that you'd get Sin or Salami. Look, man, I'm not the one giving you that. You might want to find out where you got that from. The cage, yes, but like... I wouldn't trust anything sausage-shaped, like, placed into your cage. That's not by me. That's all I'm gonna say. Yes! Yes! You can't syntax! And it is bothering me. I feel like the red flashes are getting worse. If he feels like he hasn't given enough time, he should have known that my patience has its limits too. So, do you have any good news for me, Belly? Yes, Your Grace. Our informant at the Rhine Observatory provided very accurate intel. Indeed, there's something highly suspicious about the mining site in ENYAAAA that's working with Casimira's. Following the clues she provided, my men successfully infiltrated the site and obtained the data tables. You may have an enemy stand approaching? It seems like I gotta fight someone. It must be Punchy or Arson? Are they the ones I have to fight? just point out the highlights. Please look at the section about the subsequential section on the next page. The former representative of the mine's daily output, whereas the latter represents the purchase volume or export volume. Finally, the last page is the mine's financial report. Pay particular attention to the net profitability figure. For example, in the last 2 months. The difference is massive. This mining site has operated at a loss, and the greater the extraction, the greater the losses. Bree, actually, you might know about this, and like, if you don't worry about it, I'll look it up later. They were gonna put ARKNIGHTS on Steam, right? They were considering doing a Steam release? Exactly. We even found the mine import record. Please take a look. A large mining site needs to separately import the very same minerals? That does not sound super familiar. Nah, no worries. I can't remember who it was that like brought it up. Therefore, I believe this confirms the earlier theory. This so-called joint mining project is actually Carlin's train arsenal in disguise. We have it on Google Play, and this is what's going on. But like, I'm gonna be honest, Google Play kind of sucks. Yeah, Google Play, that's what I'm playing it on right now. It's been out for a while. Like, I hadn't had much issues until like this past week. And I don't know what's going on with Google Play lately, but it kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. It's been... man. Yeah, unfortunately, it's really bad. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know why it's decided to just, like, shit the bed. But I feel like it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. The ads are the worst. I have no problem with the ads themselves because, like, I don't play games that have ads on them. But, man. I actually don't play Enfield on Google Play. I play it off of their entire thing. But it's not fully... What do you mean? And this is a trump card that's been flipping over. Sitting right there in a mining site shared jointly with a foreign company? Which is why our agents, including myself, initially overlooked this area. It is hard to imagine that anyone could stomach such a risk. Placing a piece in what normally would be a blind spot. It's very much his style. However, you're still one move behind, Belly. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't do it off of Google Play. I kind of try to reduce it for Google Play because Google Play frustrates me a lot. As difficult as that is to admit, when Wellington has made his move, it's become imperative for us to strengthen ourselves. I see. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's like wrong with their like PC client. Oh, I see. Okay. Given these circumstances, ENYAAA is a valuable asset. I will not accept the lose-lose scenario. We must ensure that Enciota's military preparations do not catch us flat-footed. Only by knowing what his trump card exactly is can we properly plan against ENYAAA in advance. Your Grace, if you wish to confront the Duke of Wellington, bringing ENYAAA under control in the House of Castor, as well as seizing their manpower and resources, is of most priority. I personally believe that we should conduct a comprehensive survey of this mining site. Complex logistics on going on beyond our understanding. If they release ARKNIGHTS on Steam, I'll be happy. I'll be so happy. Because, like, having its own... If they launch it with the Enfield launcher, I'll be happy. I don't think they will because Yostar is the one that does that. But, like, if they did that, I'd be so content. I believe the Cosmerians will accept your terms. And it's only a matter of time until they withdraw from ENYAAA. As soon as we take control of this mining area, I'll send our envoys there immediately. Why not act before the paperwork is officially signed? We cannot give Carla and Trey the time to recover their tracks. So, under Briar's name, look for an excuse through the Vine Beat Court. beginning to suspect that something's amiss with the Casmerians. A hasty retreat would inevitably leave traces behind. The Vinebeat core is ultimately an expendable asset. Due to your previous botched job, there's no way ENYAAAA would have your eye on them. Oh, it's over. Reminder that the number is meaningless? Punchy out here flexing just to be mean. Then, we'll squeeze every last drop of the value from the Vinebeat court before ENYAAAA makes his move. Is that truly missing a step, Belly? Be more economical, and I think get through for some more. The current Great Elder has consistently turned down my goodwill, and given the inability to mobilize the full strength of Vinebeat court, we must be more careful when assessing the feasibility of this plan. Yet, Your Grace, he did not stop us from infiltrating the lower and middle ranks either. Perhaps this is the Vinebeat core's presence arrogance, right for us to take advantage. Perhaps the lure of overthrowing ENYAAAA will prove to the gift too irresistible for ENYAAA's religious figures. So, do you intend to? You are free to move these pawns inside the Vinebeat court as you please. But please, you must find out exactly what is going on within the mining site. Let us wait to see how ENYAAAA reacts. He might give us another reason to get involved with ENYAAAA. I think the red flashes have stopped. And I don't know how to react to that. I hate that you're not wrong, Bree. Red flashes? For some reason, the capture has been, like, having red flashes on the screen every now and then. Yes, Your Grace. Right? I'd like you to do me a favor. Derek left some odds and ends behind. Go ahead and take them with you. When it comes to our dealings in a foreign nation, we always have some journalist friend who makes too much noise. Yeah, it's not even in beta anymore. It's just not good. It's not doing a flash on my thing. It's only flashing on OBS. That's the thing. Can I set the camera up right here? Thank you. Let's get started if you're ready. Oh, it's Punchy's favorite character. Ooh, be safe. Stay safe. Venerable Great Elder Artso, thank you so much for agreeing for the interview. I sincerely hope you're willing to answer a few questions, as well as those of countless others. I want to know more about ENYAAAA. First, I'd like to ask about something that many around ENYAAAA have been curious about recently. The people of ENYAAAA broadly believe that the ENYAAAA protects this land. In your opinion, how would you explain this catastrophe? Does this mean that ENYAAAA has lost divine protection? Still, there are still some dangers, so just be safe. Yeah, hyper-realistic medieval man. This is correct. ENYAAAA indeed watches over this land. However, she is not a tyrant who imposes harsh decrees, but rather a patient mentor and a guiding hand. Her protection of ENYAAAA is not as straightforward as many would imagine. Her knowledge of the true way of life runs deep, and so she taught the people of ENYAAAA how to live this land filled with calamity and devoid of thought. Thus, the people of ENYAAAA come to have a soul, and the many calamities no longer disturb them. You found green bread? Typically, that's not safe to eat, Panda. Please tell me it's like matcha flavored or like spinach or something. Even so, I'm very curious as that the god who neither reveals its true form nor has performed any miracles as proof of its divinity can earn a people's faith. That's penicillin? I mean, how much penicillin is lethal? This belief seems to lack any grounding in evidence. Guess from afar, I can see that you hide your arrogance behind polite words. There it is. There's that red flash. I saw it. I saw it. You try to reduce ENYAAA's beliefs into the most basic form of logic, which you then criticize in an attempt to extol your own correctness and wisdom. don't know. We can find out if you're adventurous enough for science. It fell behind the bread shelf? Oh, that's foul. Oh, that's absolutely foul. Don't breathe that in. Don't, Panda, you gotta get rid of that fast. Please believe me, that was not my intent. It's fine, don't worry. Then may I ask you a question first? In your opinion, what kind of principles do the Victorians, who observe no religion, follow in their lives? That's a simple answer. Victoria has her own laws. Who drafted those laws? And who granted them the authority to do so? No, no, I don't want green eggs and ham with green bread. I'm good, man. If you're asking about the legitimacy of Victorian regimen, we need only to look back at history to answer that question. The land was originally occupied by Dracos until about 300 years ago, where Aslans from Sargon launched a rebellion in Victoria, ultimately seizing control of the country. And then, I take it in your view, might makes right. Aslans are strong and therefore righteous. Dracos are weak and therefore unjust. This so-called justice shifts as easily as the balance of war. By the same logic, the devils of Kazdel have felt no shame or remorse about invading the lands of other nations, and their only sin being that they fell one step short of ultimate victory. I can't blame him. They literally went like, you know what, your god's not real, like what makes them real? And he's just like, okay, well, like what makes your laws real? Which makes sense. This is patiently absurd conclusion. Of course, of course. I doubt any regime will hinge its legitimacy upon violence, because they all know too well that violence will inevitably be undone by greater violence. Nothing can remain young and mighty forever, neither people nor governments. Therefore, they must become compassionate, and hope that the same compassion will be afforded to them when they are weak. So, let us return to that question. Why do the legal principles we take for granted, or rather, the virtues prevalent across different civilization share this land exist in the first place? To where should we direct our questions? Do we possess the sublimity inherent to being human? Are our lives innately meaningful? Apologies, but I'm not well versed in these subjects of philosophical speculation. May I ask, what is the point of these questions that seem so far removed from our daily lives? Man's out here playing chess while the entire reporter's doing checkers and be like, how do you play this game? Bro, why did you ask this question to a religious leader if you weren't ready for an entire philosophical debate? You mentioned life. In fact, as long as you seriously reflect upon your own life, you will easily find that there is nobody on this great land who is entirely devoid of faith. You saw the red flash? It was real. Exactly. I'm telling you. As soon as we finish this node, well, not node, this section, we are restarting the entire Google Play for that reason. The red flash is the psychosis. Showing you hell. It might be, man. It might be. It's entire Akira! People always choose to place their faith in something, be it money, violence, knowledge, fame, philanthropy, or pleasure. If a person generally believes that nothing is inherently true, then he will quickly find himself akin to a puppet when its strings cut, unable to move at all. Oh god, you're right! We need to finish this soon! Oh, I didn't even think about that, Panda! The followers of yet again seek the internal solace of the mind by questioning yourselves and seeking out the trace of her existence. It's an interesting thought indeed. This seems quite different from the common perception floating around ENYAAAA. It's not consistent, though? How many flashes until someone has a secret? I don't want to find that out. It's the Porygon Pokemon episode all over again? Oh, man. I don't think YouTube is covered by the FCC. That's fair. An interesting thought indeed. This might seem quite different from the common perceptions floated on ENYAAAA. Please tell me, what was your perception of ENYAAAA before you witnessed the human tragedy caused by catastrophe? The last pure land on Terra. A sanctuary protected by gods. A land of simple and kind, poor but happy people. You're quite well versed in these touristy catchphrases. It was your people who discovered and abused the power of Originium, which ruined everything. You know that countless people drowned beneath the waves you stirred. Damn! That's a win for the throne! Holy shit, man! And it is the guilt that led your people to weave your illusion into the fantasy of ENYAAAA, a paradise where one can reap the benefits of Originium with none of the cost. You imagine purity because you know filth, innocence because you know deception, monogamy because you know opportunism, piety because you know nihilism. How then can you see the farmers who have left their homeland behind, the craftsman whose unfinished goods pile up like a mountain, and the hunter who returned home empty-handed? You might even deny the existence of these people so that it may feel at ease when you swallow the blood and sweat of us savages to purify your soul. As an investigative journalist, it is my responsibility to spread truth. And I am hardly the only Victorian who cares about the truth regarding ENYAAAA. Young lady, you promised to spread the truth about ENYAAAA across the lands, yet your lands are pointed to those who were more lost, more deserving of pity. Do you think we should call this truth, or simply a fable? I must admit, your questions have left me charring. Be it my colleagues or myself, it's hard to set down our morbid curiosity as onlookers. Yeah, he's calling them out. And immediately calling out exactly how the media portrays different things in different lights. And the entire media bias. You know what? I wasn't huge on this man because, like, he looks too hyper-realistic for my, like, taste. But goddamn, do I love him now. Oh, man. Imagine responding to this. This reporter is weak and they weren't ready for this. Once again, they're learning how to play checkers when this man is playing chess. He's only that wise because he's so hyper-realistic. The truth of our world is seeping into his through him. All you need to know is that ENYAAAA belongings are not playthings sitting behind a glass of a Victorian shop. ENYAAAA does not and will not need anyone's pity or charity. ENYAAAA will also be the people of ENYAAAA there, the home of the ENYAAAA people. All right, I think I'm convinced now. So, in your opinion, the catastrophe will not shake the people's faith in ENYAAAA then? To be honest, ENYAAA's faith is undergoing a serious test. I cannot deny that this catastrophe has sown the seeds of darkness in the hearts of the people, causing them to gradually turn to violence and selfishness, abandoning many of their former virtues. But with this all due to catastrophe, a seed cannot germinate without proper soil. The current turmoil in ENYAAAA only proves that the people's belief had already been changed, long before the catastrophe itself. And the cause of all this is Ensioda's. Oh no! He's blaming Clan Silverash? Oh man! Are you referring to Mr. Encioda Silverash, chairman of Carlin Trade? For thousands of years, ENYAAAA has been spared from catastrophe by our adherence to the order laid down by our god. However, the Vinebead Court is not rigidly concerned with the constitution that outlookers think. Even in the era before power was restored to the three clans, records in the Vinebead Court's halls of writing confirm that the court was involved in, and sometimes even instrumental to, the vast majority of changes across ENYAAA's history. They were not ready for this. However, we simply remind ourselves constantly of the wisdom and virtues she taught to us, ensuring that each step we take does not become counterproductive. And this order formed for the Vinebead Court has proven its reliability and stability over long years. Yet, when you don your skis and snowboards and zoom down our snow-capped peaks, how often do you turn back to look at those who lack the condition and ability to keep up? No matter how much you might want to turn back and wait, the falling snow will obstruct your view until the exhilaration carried upon the wind engulfs your every thought. You believe that ENYAAA's current reforms are too radical. Therefore, if anyone can be held responsible for the current state of ENYAAA, it can only be Ensiotis. So, as an elder of the Vineby Court, are you planning to make any change in the response to the situation? No. I won't lightly say that I'll be making changes myself. I simply believe that, for thousands of years, the enemies of ENYAAA have all vanished into the snowdrifts of history. Is this why he's gonna become, like, unemployed? Man! The registration documents are all here. Please make sure this envelope makes its way to Mr. Edelweiss of Carlin Trade. Don't worry. We were established by Carlin Trade and know Mr. Edelweiss very well. There won't be any mistakes. Glad to hear it. Elena turns her head somewhat nervously. After the catastrophe, the people of ENYAAA have largely preferred to remain at home, with one exception, the market. Bree, bold of you to assume that's only 3. I'll be honest. I will say deep down, that's why at least 3. There's a lot, man. This game is all about philosophy and politics at the heart of it. It just captures you with, like, anime waifus. It's like, look! Isn't she cute? She was destroyed by her entire people. They could not agree. They caused their own downfall. She is now sick and will eventually die. You must fight to save her. But you will not be able to save everybody. And it's like, bro, what do you mean? I just saw a cute girl. I got sucked in for that. Hundreds of people crowded together in the residential areas. Temples, stores, and street stalls. The sorrow on their faces matching the gloomy weather. At the far end of the market, Joanna's gesturing to her with her hands. Her mouth open as beckoning for her to come quickly. Exactly! I just wanted titties! What do you mean? And it's no, like, you're now getting a political science class. Sit down, child. Please, there's much we must go over. Be right there. Gotta keep a low profile. Elena lowers her head and turns her face away, hurrying against the flow of pedestrians. Countless ENYAAAA people brush past her, while another Ryan Lab employee squeezes the crowd and follows the current. Why should we choose the most crowded place? Hiding in plain sight? People are forced to gather here in order to barter for necessities or to receive relief supplies. That they were suppressed their fear, in fact, worn on their sleeves. Many of them showed up in naught but simple local attire. Karen Liv instinctively pulls her coat in tighter, walking past the men and women until she stops at the entrance to be a quiet little temple. She leans against the door frame, its paint worn and peeling, and hesitantly turns her head to look around, searching for someone else who has held an appointment. Damn it, the bell already rang. All I want is to find a place to continue my research. Why am I stuck doing this kind of work? She pounds the wall next to her angrily, until suddenly, a hoarse question reaches her ears. Oh, lost lady, why do you treat the property yet again in such a manner? Hekatos, welcome in! I'm sorry. How should I make amends? There's no need for that. Set everything down and come with me. Should it be agreeable to you, please rest in the courtyard. I shall explain the profundities of the scriptures to you, as it's to soothe your restless heart. In what way do you mean, Bree? The old man unlocks the temple gate, and Caroline pauses apprehensively to look around before stepping inside. The devotee then follows her in and shuts the gate again. Ooh, good luck with your homework. Yes, you must be able to translate every line of, oh my god, what are they called? Oh, the Siracusa to me. So please, please learn your Italian. Basically punchy. Yeah. Funny enough, this has been like the most closely related to Christianity. Not like one-to-one, but it feels very strongly like that. You're the one they mention. The one who can bring me out. Yeah. I understand that, Brie. Praise the penguin with the Tupac shirt. Don't forget that that's the leader of a nation. Is he leader of a nation or is he leader of a company? I'm trying to think of what emperor is. Oh, absolutely. I forget you're learning so many languages. Leader of a company. Okay. Thank you. Choosing to meet up here is incredibly risky, is it not? Yeah. He's the same beast as Grandma, which is crazy. People are undoubtedly going to be anxious of the aftermath of a catastrophe. Wandering around sparsely populated areas is going to invite more suspicious. Let's get down to business. We don't have time to waste. Have you acquired all the intel? I have, but it's not meant for you. The Duke of Castor's men promised that once they took over the mine, I would be able to leave ENYAAAA via the internal railway. Carolyn, you are working with the Victorians! Oh, you suck! She's a glowy for a different... MI6. You build those connections, to be fair. I don't know what they told you, but now is not the time for you to do your part. The mine is currently in the handover period. Once the Victorians have finished their inspection, I will take you there to meet them. I ask for your patience, madame. It is precious virtue indeed. I hope this is the last time. Of course, the node that I'm like waiting to finish is the longest node. Did you hear that? Hear what? Sound like thunder. How strange. Seemed to come from the mountains. Spanish. The advantage for Spanish you have with Japanese and not much Korean is the fact that the pronunciation is very similar. And Spanish itself tends to like doing things where it's usually like a consonant and a syllable. Not always. I'm trying to think of one. Let's see. You know what? Yellow. Amarillo. So, amarillo. All of those are very similar to Japanese pronunciations, and they all separate them into, like, a sharp little connectivity that helps the pronunciation in Japanese. Because Japanese, the way that it works is you don't have just one letter, you have, like, a sound exactly. So, kakekukeko, for example. That kind of helps. As far as understanding the language, though, no, because the sentence structure itself is still different. Yeah, Spanish, the advantage it gives you is with other Romance languages. So, Italian, French, those are the ones that it helps you with more. But it does help with the pronunciation of languages that also use more a consonant and a vowel together. versus English, where like you have, for example, if you have somebody speaking in English and Spanish is their first language, they might add an E in front of like the word Spanish itself. They might call it Spanish instead of like calling it Spanish, because those usually don't stick together. Because even in Spanish, it's español. Sprite, exactly. You don't say Sprite, you say Sprite. Because it's not normal. And it's the same way where if you have like an English word in Japanese, even if they start talking in regular English, typically they bring in their own pronunciation in. So instead of just being like video game, where they have that entire U at the end. So those are some similarities that those languages share, and that's why it's a bit easier with the pronunciation. And also, what's this? The tip of my nose feels all chilly. Huh? That's weird. Why is it snowing again? We're in the middle of a snowy season. What's so strange about that? No, that can't be it. Even at this time of year, there's always signs before it starts snowing. Gotta learn as many languages as possible for there's no justified reason. Heckados, you're gonna be recruited at this rate. The girl lifts her head, and her expression is suddenly turning serious. It's snowing, but it doesn't smell like snow. It's very strange. You got 3? I only got 2. I'll be honest. I only got 2. I need to learn more. An old man once said that the snow only loses its scent when something truly terrible is about to happen. You only got 1? Don't lie, Punchy. They can't dispense me if I become a living Duolingo. You're not gonna get recruited to go die. That's not what you're gonna be recruited for, Heckados. Is Yergagandr warning us? Divine will is less important on how heavy the snowfall is going to be and how it will threaten our safety. As for the scent of snow you mentioned, the air temperature and humidity change before it snows, which may have given the illusion of a peculiar scent. But to treat this as some way of gauging the weather, or even as divination of some sort as well, I frankly don't think it makes any sense. Elena, you of all people... Okay, I'm gonna fight her in a second. Welcome in, Nathan! Now I can fight her. So, my entire problem with Elena is she's so scientific, but she forgets that there are things that we do not understand, and that's what you try to figure out. We can smell things very well, and people will pick up on patterns. And she's just like saying like, no, because you believe it's associated with the god, that can't happen. And I think that's what pisses me off about Elena is it's not the fact that 2 things can be true at once. It's if you believe it's because of your god, it's not real. Instead of saying a situation of this might be real and you might be explaining it through your god. And maybe that's why I'm not a big fan of Elena, because like she's skeptical, but not even a good one. You must have missed some stuff. You've missed a lot. There's been some stuff going on, but I don't know. It really bothers me. Because at the end of the day, like, that's not how it should work. You should question everything. And when somebody brings you up something that, like, doesn't make sense, you study it and you find out if maybe it might be, like, mass hysteria. It might be a situation of, like, a cultural aspect. It might just be an anthropology thing. Her skepticism fits for our world, but not hers when they have fucking magic. I disagree with that, Brie. Skepticism is okay, but she's refusing to even consider things because it's explained by their gods. Once again, so I don't like to go much into beliefs or all that because that's like a complicated thing. But usually what we do plug in for our beliefs is our lack of understanding in something. And that is fine and all. Usually as we fill in the gaps and everything, there's more things that we understand. She's not even willing to fill in those gaps. She's just assuming you said it's your god, it's wrong. It's not even like, okay, but that might not be the reason why. It's just, it can't happen. That's not truth. Which, I don't like that about Lena. I think you should be scientific. I think you should wonder. I think you should figure out as much of this world as you possibly can. But you should not deny things until you can deny them. And she hasn't studied this or understood this or anything like that. Not only that, different species as well. I wonder, where did the dinosaurs go? I'm sorry, there were no dinosaurs on Terra. Did they ditch this place or what? Dinosaurs were not a Terran thing. I don't want to know about Sheldon. I don't know much about the Big Bang Theory. I frankly don't think that makes any sense. Elena, I don't like you right now. No. The scent of the snow is the scent of the snow. Not some other smell. Yet again, has given Hunter a keen sense of smell and eyes that can be seen in the dark. On the snowfield. We know much more than you do. Okay, then. I didn't mean to question your personal experience. But I still have to act according to my own experience. She's a different race, and like, usually that wouldn't matter in like any other thing. But here it does. She can smell better than you can. Dinosaurs is where they draw the fucking line. Look, you gotta remember that the people only look like people. TCATs are the dinosaur equivalent, they're still around. Technically, yeah. They're more reptilian, though. I mean, we might have had them, because the Liberi would be descended from dinosaurs. You gotta remember that, like, chances are the sentient race, which was the Doctor's race and everything, if Earth is a thing, the chances are that's them. As Elena speaks, she sets up the observation equipment and begins to carefully record the data. Also, wait, really quickly. For someone who's scientific, you're like, well, I haven't experienced that, so it cannot be real. That's not how it works. There are things outside your understanding. Even if you personally have not experienced them. They are there. I've never experienced dark matter. We know what's out there. I want to strangle Elena. I really don't like Elena's entire, like, not even skepticism, but denial. If I personally don't see it, it's not real. I don't like that. I think that's a bad form for science. Does it help that she's like an intern? They're vetting her for a higher position. You gotta remember that, Bree. You've met a few like her? Oh. That's horrible to hear. If she's an intern, I think that's a bigger reason for her to shut up. Real. As Elena speaks, she sets up an observation equipment and begins to carefully record the data. The girl pouts discontentedly, looking at the device with a distinctly old-fashioned Yerag look. You had to steer them differently, but it took time. I'm hoping it's that very young feeling of what you know is right. That undetermined confidence that slowly has to be disproven. Because right now she pisses me off. She pisses me off so much. That lump of metal of yours has been beeping this entire time. And it's heavy too. We'd have gotten here way sooner without having to lug it around. But it's how we make sure that every step we take is safe and secure. After a catastrophe, we must be extremely cautious inside originium zones. A sudden gust of wind rises, causing Elena to stumble. But Joanna catches her from behind just in the nick of time. Thanks. The The chilly, snowflake-laced wind sweeps over them, and all other noise ceases, save for the whistling wind and its sharp, biting cold. How did the temperatures drop so sharply all of a sudden? Is this... I know of a deserted village up ahead. Let's head over there and find a house to shelter in. How'd you butcher it? Anya, who's been lagging behind the group because she was flipping through her notebook, steps in between the two. She stretches her palms out. Her fingertips upwardly slightly reddened from the cold. Come, take my hand. The fresh snow is too slippery. The terrain here is steep as well. It'll be terrible if someone slipped and fell here. You're both hesitating? Do you not want to hold my hands? Enya, I mean, Your Holiness, No, thank you. One hand extends towards. I'm just doing this for Her Holiness. Shy lesbians. Shy lesbians? Ew, Yuri, no! Yes, Yuri! Joanna turns her head away, but nevertheless places her hand within Enya's. You know, Punchy, I shouldn't be shocked, but I thought racism was the only thing that was going for your country. Can you not? I'm sorry, it was too easy. Oh, I baited him, it's perfect. Yeah, exactly, Ren. Phew. Thankfully, the temple is in a much better state than the other buildings because of the people who come by occasionally to do repairs. The three shake off the thick snow from the coats. They arrive at the village only briefly before the snow starts to come down heavily, fluttering down like feathers. You two, go ahead and rest. I'll see if the fireplace here can still be lit. You usually find a small woodshed behind the village temple. I'll go take a look. Need my help? I'm good. You didn't say you were going to do the weather forecast? Just go do your thing. Before I set it up, the measuring device will automatically gather data from our surrounding area, so I can help you carry. I told you I'm good! Don't follow me! Before Elena could even stand up, Joanna already manages to feel out the small door behind the temple statue with practiced ease. The layout of an ENYAAAA monastery is more or less the same. The girl rushes out back, and the door slams loudly behind her. Did I do something to upset her? Yes, Elena! What do you mean, did I do something to upset her? Elena, what is wrong with you? Maybe just a little, but not too much. Don't worry about it. Joanna's a kind girl. Even when she's grumpy, she still wants you to be warm. Just like not long ago, she protected me from assassins even though she despises me. However, for many ENYAAAA villagers, your thoughts and words can hurt them, even if they're without malice. Bash, hello! Sorry, I'm just a little guy. Sorry to break it to you this way. I'm sorry. I was too rash. That's not your fault, nor is it the fault of ENYAAA's people. If anything's at fault, perhaps it's simply your differences. Enya, I'll disagree with you here. Being cautious about your words is something you can do. And being aware that your differences are there is something she could do. She is so gung-ho about her experience being the correct one that she does not value anybody else's opinion. Any sort of communication between people is about these differences. Even partners who work together in the lab, sharing the same ideas and goals, can still have disagreements. What did you mean by that, Besh? Message redacted? I still saw it. Autocorrect. Besh, why is it autocorrecting like that? Besh, how many Discord kittens are you talking to? Which is why communication and understanding between people is so precious. I respect that, ENYAAA. ENYAAA folds her coat and puts it aside. Point to a snowflake on it that has not yet melted. Oh, look at that. A snowflake? The people at ENYAAAA sometimes use snowflakes that have not melted upon stepping indoors as a form of divination. These unbroken branches like snowflakes are a sign that our journey will be smooth. According to the folklore, the snow is a messenger protected by ENYAAAA, carrying important truths and omens. Share some! Wild! It can predict the harvest, the hunt, the craftsman's hammer fall, and even quarrels between friends and lovers. Some may say that this iconic tree-like hexagon snowflake with well-defined branches is a sign of good fortune. But others just really see that it is a broken connection, an omen of disaster. I don't think she's a narcissist. I think... what would be the word for her? Arrogant. I think she's arrogant. Because she doesn't realize things from different points of view, which is a bad trait to have as a scientist. Arrogance will kind of bring disaster upon you. Pure STEM coded? Yeah. Very STEM coded. And so, regardless of what happens in the end, the fortune teller always has something to say. Worst case scenario, they always say the diviner was just bad. The movement of the stars had already revealed the truth not long ago, and used that to defend their authority. You seem to be quite knowledgeable about divination, ENYAAAA. You could say I've had some run-ins with them, due to my family circumstances. Ryan! Yeah, I don't think she's a malicious person, but I think her arrogance gets in the way of a lot of things. Including her entire seeking the truth. Oh, her emotional intelligence is abysmal. Like, does not know how to communicate with anybody. In any case, most divination has nothing to do with the revealing the truth. It's just a form of self-delusion and sophistry. A place where no people wish to go and has no roads leading to it. If a problem does not exist, there will be no solution created to resolve it. Fate is a fickle thing, just as your sign should acknowledge that there are many things on this land that cannot be controlled or predicted. On this great land, we are but tiny people trying to grasp a glimmer of the prophetic and the true. For real! Absolutely! You know what? That's what it is. She's autistic. And she's still learning how to deal with that. The arrogance and autistic. That's okay. We've all been there, man. I say that as someone who's undiagnosed, but pretty sure. Is this so different from the origin of scientific discovery? Knowledge is what makes people feel safe and allow them to face unreasonable certain future. In a sense, coincidence, probability, and the fate are all the same concept. Fate falls on many, just as a snowflake has fallen on my cloak. I get it. Even placebo can have an officially type of medicine. Oh, 1 second. My throat got really dry. It's over. It's over. I still want to go for at least half an hour. It's over. But I've also seen many things in modern ENYAAAA. In the past, I've always tried to see such strong beliefs as a cultural phenomenon, a ritual, projection, a form of comfort seeking. But what exactly are they to your people? She asked the question in a soft, subdued voice. The wind outside of the window has already subsided significantly. ENYAAAA scientist looks up at the statue ENYAAAA on an altar. Beneath a slab of stone engraved with messy markings, several brightly colored figures sit side by side. They were exhibition goods produced around the time of Lake Silverhend's ceremony. By the looks of things, someone brought them to this village temple as an offering to the reclusive Yeragan. The clerics of the Vinebead court often describe fate as walking into the darkness with a lamp, or leaping fearlessly into a silent ravine. Everyone always seems to yearn for her. Ascetics, devout believers, faithful followers of the commandments. Countless people endure innumerable hardships just to reach her side. But for me, she tries hard to recall, but the memories in her mind are now but struggling fragments, jumping around like flames from a movie, shrouded in a dark haze. A strong emotion surges once more within Enya's heart. Trouble! Joanna suddenly rushes into the grasp, with a gasp, firewood in her arms, her cheeks flushed from running. I just saw it come from the mountain. Lots of Victorian cars heading for the mine. Victorians? The mine is a joint operation with Casmira's. What are they trying to do there? Have they already picked up on a trail? Don't panic yet. Regardless of what business they have with the mine, we need to hurry. Let's pack up our things and set off immediately. We need to be even more careful and discreet on the road ahead. Just a second, please. I need to pack my instruments first, and it... Wait, how could this... What are you dawdling for? Hurry up and pack it up! Here, I'll help you. What is this? This moderate catastrophe risk written here. Does it mean what I think it means? Catastrophe. Could there be another catastrophe brewing? Oh, man. Okay, so I am going to really quickly reset Google Play Beta. Google Play Beta. Just Google Play. Hopefully it works this time. Hopefully we're all good. And it stops flashing. I still have tea, that's the thing. Ro, you have not known of the issue that's been going on, man. Because it's not capturing the game correctly. And it keeps flashing red. The bonk, this is here in case we ever play a game that has something unexpected. I have the bonk button. Thankfully, we haven't had to use it yet. Oh, it already froze. It's over. It's over. You know what? Let me do something really quickly. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know what's been going on with the Google Plays, but it's gotten worse. And I don't understand it. Not yet. Here's the thing, I haven't started it yet, but I will. Yeah, does anyone have offerings? What that? What's what? Wait, what happened? Like I said, after that node, I wanted to restart ARKNIGHTS so it stopped flashing red. So we are currently working on fixing that. But it really does not want to do ARKNIGHTS for some reason. I might have to uninstall it and reinstall it. That might be what has to happen, which kind of sucks if that's the case. Announcement. It seems like there was a few updates in the past, like, month. Maybe that's why. I want you guys to know that it's still technically opening ARKNIGHTS. Now it flashed blue? Nah, that's just the bonk button. Bonk. It doesn't want to open it now. This is what I've been struggling since last stream. I don't know what's going on. Actually, that explains, like, that was the last update that happened. Yeah, I really don't know what's been going on, man. And it really sucks. Watch that Happy to be where we finish, because now it won't open again. We will open it, even if it takes 5 years. I say, but it does not want to. It's over. It's over, guys. It died. It died. I shouldn't have risked it. I shouldn't have I was talking about hubris and arrogance. And here I was, thinking that I could fix what was wrong with Google Play. I have. Multiple times. That's the thing. Even when I close it from Task Manager and fully reset it, it doesn't mean it'll work. My only hope is that I uninstall and reinstall, and hopefully that fixes it, and I'll probably do that after stream. But, like, it doesn't even want to open the game anymore. Which, insane. Oh, it's over. Oh no, guys, what have I done? I was worried this could happen, and I should have risked it. It's over. We should have dealt with the... No, we probably shouldn't have dealt with the seizure warning. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this to me. I have no idea. It's over. What happened? Try unplugging and plugging it back in. We might have to. The 0 and 1s are very unsatisfied. No, but it was annoying. No, no indeed. You know what? Let's play some music while we wait for this. You guys haven't heard the music in a while. There you guys go. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Can you play some freeform jazz? I'm sorry, man. I only have a little bit of music. We need a dancing emote? That's your next goal? That would be a pretty good one. We will eventually. I would not be making emotes right now. Oh no! The technical difficulties get us! I shouldn't have risked it. I am wondering, should I uninstall it and reinstall it? Are you guys, like, willing to patiently deal with that with me? We're doing that. I am gonna make Bonk bigger, just so it can cover up more. Because I think I'm gonna have to log in. We do what needs to be done, exactly. Man! Not big enough? More Sid? How much bigger do you want it? That's what she said. I love this music. I haven't done it recently. This is usually the music that we use for She? I'm sorry. That's what he said. My bad. This is the music we usually do art to, but it's been a minute since we did art last. We will be doing an art stream soon. I need to post that. You know what? Maybe I'll do this after the stream. Somebody remind me after the stream to make that thing for members. Because I think that's what we're gonna do next. Thank you, Punchy. I appreciate it. Okay, sweet. Yes, after stream, we'll go ahead and do that. God. Ooh, FE2. Thank you. Double whammy. What's happening? We have to reinstall ARKNIGHTS, and hopefully that fixes it. Da, da, da. Leave it to Effie. All right, all right. Da, 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 da. There is a chance because it's downloading very, very slowly. Oh, and then we have to do the update. Just download some more RAM. You know what, Free? You're right. There's a huge sin head on your screen. Yee. Yee, this is the anti not suited for work sin. So guys, come here often. I hate technical issues. You don't know if you can make it? I feel like this is a trap. You just got back up. Welcome back! I hope your gym day was pretty nice. Your leg day. This is what happened. There's a reason why we have the bonk emote. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There's a reason we have it. What does that mean, Punchy? We know! Well, don't need to call me out, man! So how's the weather? Actually pretty nice. Hasn't been like incredibly hot, which is very nice. Okay, what is this? Let me like Google it on my phone really quick. Oh, the cat one! We know who you are. You're not wrong. Did you guys do the horse one? The horse one was a lot of fun. Cat one indeed. I might do it. We might do like a little bit of it. If this takes too long. I'm gonna make this smaller first. Let me make sure on the other screen. Okay, we'll probably be good. Trying to think of conversation starters? Sindog is doing a lot better. Sindog is Sindog. Oh, that is not the correct thing. Can I zoom in? Will it let me zoom in? Okay, there we go. There we go. Why is it not showing? There we go. This is where we're at, guys. This is where we're at. Let me really quickly check the download. Okay. Oh, immediately froze. It's over. stupid. This is where, oh shit! This is where we're at! I look away for 1 second. I'm sorry, you're right, the serious game. I gotta lock in. This is a very important game, okay? Let me start ARKNIGHTS, see if it like loads really quickly. ARKNIGHTS is not opening even though I reinstalled it. Strat, hello! We're having technical difficulties. So now... This is very serious, guys. Don't fuck up, I'm trying. My goal is 20. This is just what we need to do to the Cottis. Not the Cottis. The felines. What? I didn't even... What are you doing? I didn't do anything! I have bad news for you guys. Even though I re-downloaded ARKNIGHTS, ARKNIGHTS is still not opening. It's over. It's over. Also... Let's see if you guys get some audio this way. It's so loud. Honestly, it does. I'm still at 0. Oh, come on! I can just feel my entire, like, desk shaking the entire time. Okay, we're gonna make it 20. No! Okay, we made it 33. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. We gotta beat 33 now. It's still trying to open? Are you kidding me? Okay, we're gonna... You guys can deal with the beeping noise for a second. To be fair, we don't play ARKNIGHTS on stream. We don't play it, we read it. This is so dumb. Oh, I moved it slightly, come on! We play real, guys. ARKNIGHTS is for kids. This is for men. I do like how this is just somebody's cat out there. I feel like this is what it would be to jack off. I deserve that! I deserve that! That's crazy! Look, man. Look, man. Okay, I didn't mean the brushing of the cat. I just meant, like, the hand motion with the mouse. What compels you to even say that, dude? You can't see it, because unfortunately, sometimes, unfortunately, I am a VTuber, and, like, that restricts you guys from being able to see it. But the motion with the mouse, that is poor techniques in. Look, man, I'm sorry. I don't know the techniques of it. Not the Jorcan cam before GTA 6! Oh, God. He ate it. He ate the brush. Come on, come on. I want to make it to 50. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. Yes! Okay, we made it 57. That's fine. Okay, back to seeing if I can fix, if I can go ahead and fix ARKNIGHTS. I don't think I'm fixing ARKNIGHTS today, guys. This is so stupid. We're trying one more time. Honestly, that's a good bet, Ren. The baiting tech, absolutely. You could call me a masturbator. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh my god. And this is why you guys should hope that, like, never, never I have technical issues. Alright, one last try before we call it quits. Oh! There's progress on the green bar? Okay, okay. We might have ARKNIGHTS. I probably will have to wait for it to update just cause like I kind of uninstalled and had to reinstall it. Yes, download the complete package. Yeah, I have to download nearly a gigabyte. Alright, alright. I'm gonna mute that while it goes because it's loud. But we might be able to play, guys. Oh god, Bree. You're not- I mean, Bree's not wrong, though. It worked! Punchy, you're the one who suggested it. Don't forget that. You're the one who suggested it. You're making free throw shots so you're like Kobe? You made it, brother! You did it! Hello, HR? While you know what, I would not. I'm really surprised that that got through the censors. Honestly, very, very surprised that got through the censors. I can't believe you figured out a way to word it worse than Bree did. What censor? YouTube actually has some censors. There are some messages that will not get through. The auto-mod kills me once every stream? Yeah! There's an auto-mod! You guys didn't know that? Oh, it just froze? Okay, it's back. It's back. You guys haven't been auto-mod? I've been auto-modded on my own like on my own stream. I think Pizza, every other message that Pizza has sent on here has gotten auto-modded. It has frozen again. You think you were once? Oh, it's back? Don't call me out! I say it the Mexican way! Don't call me out! Or maybe just regular modded? Very few messages get regular modded. It just doesn't pop up for anybody else when you send it. Yeah. So you might have been and never noticed, and then been like, oh. Sid is just ignoring me. Peaks is just dying. You see it on the stream chat though? Yeah, if you see it on the stream chat, if you see it above me, it did not get auto-modded. Yeah, there's certain things that you just can't say on YouTube. There's certain things that it prevents you. Most of them are violence against people and yourself as well. But there's not always a guaranteed. Oh, is that the auto mod? No, the chat above me is actually the live chat. It's not the top chat. It's every message that comes in. So if you don't see your message on there, you've absolutely been auto-modded. I never saw it. So it wasn't me just saying like, oh, I want to ignore them. No, it's like me never knowing you sent that message. To me, it just never existed. And then every now and then someone would be like, hey, yo, like, why didn't you read that? And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I think it's so that way people don't get bothered. They try to be discreet about it. Exactly. There's also, like, there's a few instances where it happens as well. So, for example, my understanding is if you get blocked, you can still message and you can still see your own comments and all that. But anybody else never sees it. Your auto mods are usually violence related. Yeah, that's usually what it is. They usually don't care about swearing. Usually don't care about like some things you say, but so it's like a shadow ban. Yeah, every ban on YouTube is a shadow ban. There's no like real ban. Which is funny, because every now and then someone finally notices, and they're like, oh, well, this is me. And it's like, you're just gonna get banned again, brother. What did you think was gonna happen? Like, haha, I got around the shadow ban. It's like, you're just gonna be shadow banned again. What are you doing? What is wrong with you? It once again has frozen. Guys, I don't think we're doing more ARKNIGHTS tonight. It's so over. Gotta love when YouTube decides that an 18+ YouTuber doesn't send a message. I get it somewhat, because, like, you don't want to be discouraging to even to them, but, like, come on, man. It is what it is. I know, but it sucks. I wanted to continue, but, like, I can't even say that. I can't say what I want to say, because then I will get in trouble. But at least we got to play the cat game. At least we got to play the cat game, so there was that. Play the horse game again? I already finished it, though. Let me see really quickly. Let me see if it shows everything that I've done. I don't remember the horse game. Let's see. It's your horse. Oh, I played all of it the second I got it. Horse magnifier! No, I did all of it. They're gonna do a Steam page? Okay, no. We're gonna hold off on Horse Magnifier until after they have an official Steam release. Nathan, what? What? You can't just drop that and be like, oh, okay, not that game. Wild. Okay, so I don't think we're doing Arknights anymore today. It does not want me to. Yostar, I beg you, please release Arknights anywhere on other than, like, Google Play. You know, of course you do, Strat. Games with no bacon. I can live without bacon. It's called Horsey Game? I'm sure it is. I don't trust it. I'm not touching that one. We'll play Horse Magnifier when it has a full official release. Anyway, we are gonna stop here anyway. So Tuesday, hopefully we're back. Hopefully there's no, like, technical issues. If there is, we'll chill with each other and be like, hey, what's up? Because I can't do anything. It's like frozen. So I'm gonna have to restart it, which means it's gonna restart the entire download period. So I'm gonna fight with that. Yeah, we can still have fun. We'll still have fun. But I'll fight with that. You got cat, great deal. Look, man. We just made it a beast. Instead of, like, a Therian, it was just a beast. Or, you know, stream a different game? I want to finish the event, though, and I know we have a month, but, like, I want to do that so then I can do the emotes, the icons. But anyway, don't forget to work out, have a good sleep, have a great morning. I'm so sorry for all the technical issues. I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being patient with all the technical issues. And with that, I say goodnight. Bye, everyone! Good night! And wee. Bye-bye! I want you guys to know that immediately as I started ending the stream, it started downloading again. I'm gonna be a ceiling decoration by the end of the week. What the hell is this? It absolutely is. It hates me! It hates me! It absolutely is just messing with me. I can't turn it back on. The second I turn it back on, it's gonna go ahead and like immediately revert to that. Not only that, my voice is like just being destroyed.